Everyone in the neighborhood knew Mr. Henry, but no one really knew him. He was the quiet old man who lived at the end of Maple Street, the one who watered his plants every morning at exactly 7 a.m. The one who smiled at strangers but never stayed long enough to talk. People called him strange. Kids thought he was lonely. Some even said he was waiting for something. What they didn't know was that he was waiting for someone. Across the street lived a 17-year-old boy named Daniel. Daniel was angry at the world. Angry at his broken family. Angry at his failing grades. Angry at himself. He spent most of his days locked in his room, headphones on, ignoring everything. One evening, while storm clouds gathered above, Daniel stormed out of his house after another fight with his mother. He kicked a trash can and sat on the sidewalk, frustrated. That's when he heard a soft voice. Storms don't last forever, you know? Daniel looked up. It was Mr. Henry, holding 2 cups of tea. Daniel rolled his eyes. I'm not 5 years old. Mr. Henry smiled gently. Good. Good. Then you're old enough to know that running away never fixes anything. Daniel didn't reply, but he didn't leave either. That night, for the first time, Daniel talked. Not much. Just small pieces. And Mr. Henry listened. He didn't interrupt. He didn't judge. He didn't try to fix everything. He just listened. And sometimes, that's all someone needs. Days turned into weeks. Daniel started visiting Mr. Henry's porch every evening. They talked about life, about mistakes, about dreams Daniel was too afraid to admit he had. Mr. Henry told stories too. Stories about failure, about losing someone he loved, about how he once pushed his own son away because he didn't know how to say, "I'm proud of you." Daniel never asked what happened to his son, but he noticed something. Every time Mr. Henry mentioned him, his eyes filled with quiet regret. One afternoon, Daniel found Mr. Henry struggling to carry groceries. Without thinking, Daniel ran to help. Mr. Henry laughed softly. "Looks like storms really don't last forever." Daniel smiled. It had been months since he genuinely smiled. Then one day, Mr. Henry didn't come outside at 7 a.m. The plants weren't watered. The porch light stayed off. Daniel felt something heavy in his chest. He crossed the street, knocked on the door. No answer. He knocked again. Still nothing. Panic rising, Daniel called for help, but it was too late. Mr. Henry had passed away peacefully in his sleep. The neighborhood gathered. People whispered about how sad it was, how lonely he must have been. Daniel stood there silently. They were wrong. He wasn't lonely. He had been waiting. A few days later, Daniel received a small box. It was from Mr. Henry. Inside was a letter and a key. The letter read, "Dear Daniel, if you are reading this, it means I finally found the courage I was searching for. I couldn't fix things with my son. Pride is a heavy chain, and I wore it too long. But helping you reminded me that second chances don't always come the way we expect. The key is for the small wooden box under my bed. Inside, you'll find letters I wrote to my son, but never sent. Don't let fear stop you from saying what matters. Break the storm before it breaks you." Henry Daniel's hands trembled. He used the key. Inside the wooden box were dozens of letters. Letters filled with apologies, with love, with the words "I'm proud of you," words that were never delivered. That night, Daniel sat at his desk, 4 hours, thinking. Then he did something he had never done before. He walked to his mother's room and knocked. She looked surprised. "Yeah." Daniel swallowed hard. I'm sorry." Silence. Then tears. Then a hug that had been waiting for years. Weeks later, Daniel made another decision. He tracked down Mr. Henry's son. It wasn't easy, but he found him. A middle-aged man who looked tired and lost. Daniel handed him the wooden box. "These are yours." The man opened one letter, then another, and another. He broke down, not because of what was lost, but because of what was finally found. Years passed. Daniel graduated, went to college, started mentoring troubled teens. Every time he listened to someone without judging, every time he chose kindness over anger, every time he said, "I'm proud of you," he felt Mr. Henry's presence. The old man who wasn't strange. The old man who wasn't lonely. The old man who left behind something brighter than regret. He left behind light. And sometimes, the greatest legacy we leave is not money or fame or success. It has the courage to love before it is too late. Don't wait for tomorrow to say what your heart already knows today. Storms don't last forever, but silence sometimes does.